Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello learners, welcome back to the course on AI in Human Resource Management. As part of the lecture on the boon or curse, the coexistence of HR and AI, I'll be looking into a host of companies, organizations which have typically seen improvement while embedding human resource management and AI, while embedding AI into human resource management. So we have seen on a theoretical platform why it is to be considered as a boon or sometimes as a curse, but we have also seen some of the typical aspects concerning some of the typical benefits of AI in HRM. Today we'll look into some practical cases, some practical situations which organizations have made use of in establishing the fact that AI in human resource management is indeed a revolution. I'm Dr. Abraham Cyril Issac. I'm an assistant professor at the School of Business, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. Now, when you look into boon or curse, this argument altogether, we have categorically given a lot of points with respect to stating or establishing the fact that AI in human resource management is in fact a revolution. Let's look into some of the typical cases which actually underscores this particular argument. Let's start with Hilton. Many a time we see this as one of the most fundamental case studies specifically. The challenge with Hilton was that being a global hospitality company, the challenge with Hilton being a global hospitality company specifically, it struggled with a lengthy hiring process for customer-facing roles. Now, the solution was that Hilton implemented an AI-powered recruitment platform to screen candidates, conduct video interviews, and analyze their responses for key soft skills like, let's say, empathy and communication. So basically, the outcome was reduced hiring time. So typically with this solution, the outcome was reduced hiring time for 6 weeks to 5 days, and they also saw improved candidate satisfaction, which ensure the right fit for the roles. So Hilton has seen successful implementation of AI in HR. As part of that, they have very successful outcome. Now let's look into Unilever. AI was specifically used in case of recruitment. The challenge was that Unilever faced situations or problems in scaling its recruitment process across multiple regions. As you can understand, Unilever has its ambit across the globe, so it faced the problems with respect to scaling its recruitment process while maintaining the candidate experience which otherwise Unilever gives. So the solution was that Unilever deployed AI tools like HireView, which we have detailed in detail, and Pymetrics. HireView used video interviews analyzed by AI to assess facial expressions, tone, and keywords specifically. Pymetrics used gamified assessments to evaluate candidates' cognitive and emotional traits. When you look into the outcome, it processed almost 250,000 applications annually with greater efficiency, achieved a 90% reduction in recruiter screen time, and even to a certain extent, it got increased diversity in hires due to unbiased AI-driven selection. Another such interesting case would be that of IBM. IBM has typically used AI for talent management. Let's look how. When you are reading through the case of IBM, and I'm giving a bit of summary here, The challenge was that IBM needed to enhance the talent management and predict attrition among the employees. This was the typical challenge that IBM was facing. And solution was that IBM Watson AI was integrated into HR process. So AI identified employees at risk of leaving and suggested retention strategies, and it provided personalized career guidance and training recommendations. So basically the outcome was interesting. They saw improved employee retention rates by almost 25 percentage. So this improvement was good enough to observe that AI has had significant impact in terms of talent management. You see that there was enhanced employee satisfaction with tailored career growth plans. Another significant case study in this genre would be that of Adidas. They also used automation for employee queries. Again, to summarize this, the challenge was that the Adidas HR teams were overwhelmed with routine employee queries, impacting efficiency. So the solution was that Adidas introduced an AI-powered chatbot to handle employee questions related to policies, payroll, and benefits. So basically, the outcome turned out to be that the chatbot successfully handled 60% of the queries without any human intervention, and typically it freed up HR professionals to focus on strategic initiatives or strategic tasks. This was the key outcome that Adidas has seen. Now, this is also instrumental in showing that the 60% of the queries were handled without human intervention. That is massive, that is impressive when you're looking into the success stories. Another such significant case would be that of Google. Another such significant case would be that of TCS. When you're looking into TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, it has successfully incorporated AI for learning and development. As I mentioned, please watch out for the new course coming up in the next semester. In the same Swayam NPTEL platform, we'll be bringing out learning and development. But here, we are looking into a typical case where AI was used for learning and development in TCS. Again, as a summary, the challenge was that TCS needed a scalable solution to upskill its workforce across the diverse geography. So, the solution being TCS implemented a learning platform powered by AI that recommended personalized training modules based on employees' roles, employee skills, and career aspirations. So basically, the outcome was interesting. It trained around 300,000 employees efficiently, enhanced the workforce readiness for evolving industry demands. So this was yet again another feather in the cap with respect to AI in human resource management. Having discussed TCS, we have already seen a couple of them, but there are a lot more such cases. It would be interesting, and I'm just giving you a food for thought. You can always go and fetch some data with respect to the Royal Dutch Shell, which has used AI for diversity hiring. What I remember is that Shell aimed to increase the diversity in hiring while maintaining objectivity. So Shell deployed AI tools like HireView, which we have already seen, and NLP to eliminate the unconscious bias in resume screening and focus on skills and competencies over demographics. And the outcome was interesting. It boosted the percentage of the diverse hires globally, and it enhanced the typical transparency and fairness of the recruitment process. I would also urge you to go through Google cases where Google used predictive analytics for performance management. And if I remember correctly, the challenge was that Google wanted to retain its high-performing talent and ensure they remained engaged. So the solution was that Google used predictive analytics and machine learning models to analyze employee data, identifying signs of disengagement or burnout. So the outcome was that it proactively addressed issues leading to improved employee performance, and it significantly reduced the turnover among top performers. So it would be also interesting to add the cases of the Royal Dutch Shell, as I've just discussed, and also the Google into this list. There are many, but I wanted to give you a certain bit of idea that there are such relevant cases that exist, which underscores the success of AI and HR integration. Now let's look into Skillsoft Percipio. When you're looking into Skillsoft Percipio, AI is an advanced learning platform designed to deliver personalized and engaging training experiences for employees, leveraging the artificial intelligence to meet the evolving needs of organizations and learners. So let's look into a detailed breakdown of its features and typically its benefits. Now, we are talking about Skillsoft. We see that there is this AI powered personalization, a point which has come across in many of our discussions in the past. Specific to Skillsoft Percipio, it employs AI to create personalized learning paths for users. So it considers individual preferences, or maybe roles, or maybe skill gaps, or maybe some career aspirations to suggest the most relevant courses, the most relevant videos, books, and other resources. So what we see is that there is a possibility of dynamic recommendation. The platform continuously refines recommendations based on user behavior and progress. There are also possibilities of tailored learning journeys. Organizations can align learning paths with business objectives and employee career goals. Then there is the possibility of multimodal content delivery. What is multimodal content delivery? Percipios being specific to content delivery, it offers diverse content formats, including videos, audiobooks, ebooks, etc. Videos, audiobooks, even ebooks. So it also has micro-learning modules for quick skill building and even live virtual classes for interactive learning. So AI ensures learners receive content in the format they find most engaging. The third one would be data-driven insights and analytics, and specifically we see that the platform uses AI to generate insights for both learners and administrators. For learners, there are visual dashboards specifically, and these visual dashboards track progress, suggest next steps, and highlight areas for improvement. Specific to administrators, it provides actionable analytics on usage patterns, skill trends, and even program effectiveness. So enabling the data-driven decision making a success or a fruitful activity. It also has a skill mapping and gap analysis part. When you're looking into Skillsoft Percipio's AI, it analyzes user data to identify skill gaps and recommend targeted training to bridge them. So there is a possibility of integration with competency models, which ensures that learning is aligned with the organizational needs. AI also facilitates real-time updates to skill profiles as employees complete training or acquire new competencies. And there is also a possibility of compliance and certification. Skillsoft Percipio automates the compliance training and certification tracking. So AI ensures specifically that learners are notified of mandatory courses and even the recertification deadlines. So administrators can monitor the compliance rates and identify the potential risk. When we look into the features of Skillsoft Percipio, we also understand that there could be a factor of learning in the flow of work. AI enables seamless integration with popular workplace tools, be it Microsoft Teams, Slack, or even Sales for that matter. So learners can access content delivery within their daily workflow. AI also recommends training based on the context of the task being performed, promoting on-job learning. And it also sees into scalability and flexibility. So the platform is scalable to accommodate organizations of various sizes and industries. So AI allows customization of learning paths for diverse roles and departments. So it supports multi-language content for global learners. Now let's look into the key benefits that are associated. Obviously, the first one would be enhanced engagement. You're talking about personalized and relevant content which keeps learners motivated. We definitely have improved ROI, return on investment. Targeted learning ensures time and resources that are used effectively. We have to understand that the benefit would be agility, rapid adaptation to changing skill requirements in dynamic business environments, and finally, user-friendly experience. You talk about intuitive interface and AI-driven automation, simplifying the learning process as such. Now, let's look into the different steps of Skillsoft Percepio demo. So, as a practice, I would like to give you maximum insights into what is happening in the world of practice, and you can learn further, you can explore further. This has been my advice from the beginning. So, I am trying to give you the maximum possible from the platform which we are doing it, or the modus operandi which we are carrying out. It will not enable real-time learning, but definitely I would encourage you rather, to go ahead and explore on these particular aspects. There are different demo versions you can always use without making a payment, or whatever is actually required for you, you can always go ahead and get that. When you're looking into Skillsoft Percepio, the dashboard looks something like this. Open Skillsoft Percepio and select which skills you want to work upon. So we have given some random choices with respect to the available choices, and from that we see that there is a list of skill sets that is available. We also can give the requirement with respect to the tools and with respect to the topic altogether, what is that you want to get adept on or trained on. Then it will take you to the home page, which recommends the courses accordingly. So let's say, based on your selection that you have done in the previous slide, what we have got is blockchain. So basically you'll see that application developer to blockchain solution, this happens to be the recommended courses, and you also have a detailed list of possible courses that are related to that. So once you select the course, it will take you to the detailed view, right? So basically you get software project analysis, senior software project managers, that's the whole aspect of the course. So basically, what are the prerequisites associated to that, how to complete your journey, you'll get a snapshot of all these things at this point itself. Then you can further move with respect to the possibility of which course and the detailed aspects that is involved, like track 1, track 2, track 3, which all are the modules that will be covered with respect to that, how many courses will be there, what will be the time taken for that. This would certainly equip you to budget your time and resources accordingly. So let's say you are a person on the move always, you have some time paucity, you can budget your time accordingly. So this track information is pretty much good, specific to the courses that you are offering. Then there are also courses that are recommended based on the recent activity. You are a pro now, the platform has understood you, and there are some courses that are recommended based on the recent activity. So maybe it is building and leading successful teams, reaching customer digitally. So all these have been based on your recent searches and recent activities. Then you can move to the next step, where courses can also be searched according to the employee needs. So what are the courses that you are looking for? Let's say you want something in leadership. So these are the possible, drop downs that are coming in. You can have courses with respect to transition, you can have ethical leadership, collaborative leadership, presence, agile leadership. So all these are some of the options that pops in front of you. Let's say you refine your search, you want women in leadership. So all these are the possible search cues that are emerging out of this particular context and this particular platform. So this in itself gives you, sometimes you are not looking for a particular course as such, but you have a theme in mind, and from that theme you can actually get to a particular course, and this is a useful tool. The search library would be a useful tool towards that. Then once you complete, you can earn a digital badge. That is the whole point. So basically it's some gamified elements being put into the courses altogether. So this is a snapshot of what Skillsoft Persevere is. Again, I will urge you to go further and learn further. You can definitely have a play around with, explore it further with respect to your needs. You will get better search results, so that will be something which will be more tailor-made and interesting for you. Another such possibility is Degreed. Now, Degreed is a learning experience platform, LXP we call it, that leverages AI to deliver personalized and adaptive learning experience. So typically it empowers organizations to upskill their workforce, align learning initiatives typically with business goals, and foster a culture of continuous learning. So let's look into a detailed exploration of Degreed AI-driven features. Again, this is again a demo and I've given the source as well, but definitely you can go ahead and explore it in a more detailed fashion. When you look into Degreed specifically, let's start with the features of Degreed. There is a personalized learning pathway. The possibility of that itself is interesting because Degreed uses AI to analyze employees' skill profiles, career aspirations, and learning preferences. So it creates tailored learning paths by recommending content that aligns with skill gaps. AI identifies the skills and employee needs based on their role or goals. There are preferences. It suggests content formats, videos, articles, courses based on user behavior. There are career trajectories, the platform which aligns learning opportunities with potential growth. There could be also some content, aggregation and curation. When you are looking into Degreed, it integrates content from a wide array of sources, including MOOCs, including edX platforms, internal company resources, podcasts or articles, and much more like that. So AI sifts through these massive content libraries to curate and, if you ask me, prioritize the resources relevant to an individual's learning objective. This is vital, and this is where AI plays a meticulous role in content aggregation and curation specific to the need of the customer, need of the client. Another significant factor would be skill measurement and analytics. AI continuously measures employees' skill based on skill levels based on their learning activities, certifications, and self-assessment. So typically, it provides actionable insights to managers and the learning and development professionals altogether on workforce skills and development trends. Another significant factor would be the learning in the flow of work. Degreed embeds learning into daily workflows by integrating with collaboration tools like, let's say, Microsoft Teams or Slack and others. So AI identifies when and where typically employees might benefit from the learning resources during their regular tasks and suggest them proactively. So learning in the flow of work is also an important aspect when you're looking into things. Dynamic skill graph is also there. Degreed and Degreed's AI maintains a dynamic skill gap specifically with respect to different platforms that maps existing and emerging skills across industries. So it helps organizations predict the future skill needs and adapt their training strategies accordingly. Another significant aspect would be the social learning possibility and the community engagement. AI encourages collaborative learning by connecting employees with peers or mentors who share similar learning goals. So it typically facilitates group discussions and resource sharing within the organization. And finally, you'll see that there is a possibility of integration with organizational goals. Many a time we lose out on this particular integration. So Degreed aligns initiatives, learning initiatives with business outcomes by linking skill building efforts directly to organizational objectives. So AI tracks progress and ROI by assessing how upskilling impacts performance and strategic goals for that reason. Now, having understood this, let's quickly look into the benefits of degreed AI. What are the key benefits? The first and the foremost one, definitely it saves time by delivering hyper relevant content, so efficiency, there is no doubt about it. You look into learners, it keeps learners motivated through continuous bite-sized learning opportunities, so you're looking for at employee engagement. You have the preparation of the workforce for emerging challenges and technologies. So future proofing is taken care of. And finally, it supports large scale upskilling and reskilling programs seamlessly, talking a lot about scalability. Now, having understood even the benefits, very quickly, let's look into a small demo of degreed AI. Now, again, when you open degreed, you'll be asked to select the platform and in which you would like to integrate and learn. So somewhere the platform looks like this, so you are getting these levels of or these segments of the platforms which are integrated into it, and based on that you can pick any one of them. Then the role of individual should be selected. What is the particular individual, whether it's a client success manager, data scientist, director of sales, recruiting coordinator, accounting manager, product designer, whatever be the case be, based on that you have to select your role. And then skills that are required to be learned should be selected, because once you have defined the platform, you have defined yourself, now you have to define the skills that you are looking for. So it could be anything, it could be accessibility, prototyping, user interface design. I'm just giving some hypothetical example here. Then the home page interface recommends the courses according to the employee needs. So please recollect what were our requirements: accessibility, interactive design, user interface design, etc. So based on that, we generally get the home page populated by the employee needs. Then we can select any course which typically you should go for or you want to learn, and it will take you to the detailed view of the particular course. So this will give you a detailed understanding, continuous learning, what it is and what it should be. All the detailed aspects will be listed down here. Again, promoting inclusivity in the workplace, how many items, how many sections, different modules, how much time it will take, if there are any optional items, all these information is listed at this point. We also see that there is a possibility where skill set is presented in terms of graph. You see that leadership, product design, data analytics, writing. So based on that, based on the team members available, based on their potential, the skills can be mapped also with respect to ease. And you can also view your skills and searches in your profile, how popular you are, based on your search results, search history, what has been or how many hit rates have come. So all these aspects can be also understood from the particular platform. So in conclusion, these successful integrations, specifically what we have seen of AI in HRM, all the real examples which we have taken, all the real life examples from organizations like Unilever, like IBM, like TCS, it highlights the immense potential of AI to revolutionize recruitment, employee engagement, and talent management. So tools such as Degree, such as Skillsoft Percepio, which we have had a detailed demo just now, it further illustrates AI's ability to foster continuous learning and skill development. So this totally empowers employees to adapt to the dynamic demands of the modern workplace. So while AI undeniably enhances efficiency, it enhances personalization, it enhances decision making in HR, it also brings challenges. Let's say something like ethical concerns, something like potential biases, something like the need for human oversight. Striking the right balance between technological innovation and the human touch is vital, a point which I concluded my previous lecture, if you have gone through that, if you recollect that. So basically, it's the human touch which is essential to ensure that AI serves as a boon rather than a curse. So by leveraging artificial intelligence thoughtfully and responsibly, organizations can create an HR ecosystem that is not only efficient and inclusive, but also human centric, paving the way for sustainable growth and sustainable development. So I would like to conclude with a small quote. Please note that we have discussed immensely about AI in HRM, and this discussions specific to this particular module we have discussed with respect to AI as a boon and curse. And just now I concluded that if you are removing the human touch, many a time it would manifest itself as a curse. So in the era of AI, the heart of HRM lies in blending technological brilliance with human empathy, creating a future where innovation and inclusivity thrive together. If you look into the introductory video, something which I started the whole course with was this. If you look into the end of this lecture, you'll also see that it talks about an integration. It talks about a blend of technological brilliance and human empathy. We need both. We need both, period. We cannot have just technological brilliance in one hand, just developing, keeping on developing, and human empathy, subsequently subsiding. No, we have to have a growth happening in both our hands. One where there is technological brilliance, another where there is human empathy. So, ladies and gentlemen, please look towards a future where you create in your organization, in your vicinity, in your workplace, in your family, where you have technological brilliance as well, and also the human empathy, creating a future where innovation and inclusivity thrive together. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me patiently, not only in the module, but also across the course. I'm getting good feedback with respect to this. We'll see you with some other courses and some other detailed perspectives in later part of the semester. Thank you for listening to me patiently. Till we meet again, thank you.